Good day to you. I'm Dr. Andrew Godperson of the LifeWords team. Now I'm going to welcome you to a video tutorial of the LifeWord Social Health. This tutorial deals with the communication type or communication style. And the type or style of communication determines how we interact with others and therefore how we get along with others. I want to show you what the dimensions of the communication type are, give you a short overview of the fundamental types of communication, explain the factors that determine your type of communication, and then finally come to the overall communication profile of a person. Now let's start with the dimensions of the communication type. There are three dimensions. You can communicate rather vivaciously or calmly, so the means activity. Two more dimensions go to or refer to the authority and the focus. Authority, you're rather determining the social setting or you're rather accepting a social setup. Focus, you rather focus on your own thoughts and feelings, or you rather focus on the thoughts and feelings of others. Three dimensions. From there you can have 8 types of communications. Now let's go a bit more. I would just like to name them. If you'd like to learn more about the communication types with their strengths, weaknesses and possible developments, go to our website or watch the referring video tutorials. Anyway, first you have the charismatic leader, and on the negative side he can be an aggressive tyrant. Very similar but rather focused on the thoughts and feelings of others. There's a supporting leader who can be a smarty pants ruler on the negative side. You have accepting but focused on the own thoughts and feelings, the creative partner. Unfortunately, he can be an annoying chatterbox. And you have the diligent partner who can be an eager beaver. Now these were the vivacious types or rather vivacious types of communication. Now the calm types. It's the rational organizer who can be an arrogant bloke, the balancing organizer, and on the negative side can be a callous nitpicker, the committed participant and the dependent moanback as two sides of one medal, and you have the reliable participant who, in a bad case or worst case, becomes a spineless opportunist. Now what are the factors that make you having one type or style of communication? Like most things, when it comes to humans, human behavior, most things rely on two main influences. It's the situational factors and factors that lies within the person, within the personality. Situational factors. It is the relation of the involved person in this social context. It's the history that these persons had together as the objective of the situation. So if you go in sports with friends in the evening, you have a different objective normally than you have at work, and when you meet your wife you also have a different objective, so also your type of communication can be different. Personal factors, socialization, that means how did you grow up, how were you introduced to communication by your parents, by early friends, your needs and wants, your attitudes and values, and your cognitions and emotions. However, I mentioned this on the side now with the situational factors, and from these you actually can easily deduce it is not imperative that one person has only one or shows only one type of communication. So one person can have more types or styles of communication. And that means you have 8 possible types of communication, and here a structure of 8 areas of life. So just want to come to. They're different parts of your life, different social settings. And you actually, theoretically, you can have, for each of these 8 parts of life, you can have a separate and individual type of communication. And that is not a bad thing. Because on one hand, just imagine you have one type of communication. That means everybody knows this chap acts in this way. You're very consistent and you're reliable on what you do. On the other hand, if you have one type of communication in all your areas of life, it might not match the social setting, the social context. So therefore, multiple types of communication can be a sign of social adequateness. That means you actually act within the social setting and it matches the situation. So there's a trade-off. You're either consistent or you're adequate. Anyway, I hope I could give you an introduction into the communication type. As mentioned earlier, there are 2 other video tutorials which go a bit more in details and describe the particularly single communication types. Also, you find plenty of more of information on our website, and also you find an online tool there with which you can determine your own communication type and work on it. For now, I say goodbye and wish you all the best.